So, two things to start this video off with. First, yes, I know I've been gone for a long time. I have a lot of work to do, and so videos are very inconsistent. I realize that. I'm trying to do better, but things don't always go according to plan. I have another video planned shortly after this one, but we'll see how that goes. Things never really go according to plan sometimes. And of course, the second thing that I'm sure you've all heard about is I have to say rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. That's actually insane to me, because I grew up watching everything Dragon Ball related. This is probably one of the first animes I watched, even though I didn't really know it was an anime at the time, you know what I mean? But that's just weird, thinking that the guy who created it all is actually gone. It's an interesting thought. So I have to say rest in peace, because, he created one of the best animes, or, in my opinion, one of the best animes, because, taste is subjective. But rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. So with those two topics addressed, I want to get into the topic of today's video. And it's something I've thought about for a while, thinking about the inconsistencies of Dragon Ball. However, with the topic I'm about to broach today, I'm not so sure they'll be seen as inconsistencies anymore, more as actual consistencies. But you'll see what I'm talking about here in a little bit. Now, the specific topic I'm talking about is the fact that, well, as you can see from the video title, fusions give the fusees the Zenkais, or at least some sort of power boost. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking, what is this guy talking about? Like, that's impossible. However, I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't have proof, because, I like to have proof. And so I'd like you all to remember when Dragon Ball Super was airing live, the last decade actually, and specifically I'm talking about the fight between Goku and Zamasu, or rather, Merge Zamasu. Specifically during this fight, the point where Goku got his kick caught by Merge Zamasu and got his leg basically broken, if not actually broken. And then he had to use Kaioken to actually have a chance of damaging Merge Zamasu, and even then it was only temporary. And you're wondering, okay, what's my point for bringing this up? Trust me, I'm getting to it in a second. So I'm also sure you remember when Goku and Vegeta fused and turned into Vegito, the ultimate fused fighter. Stronger than Gogeta. Anyways, my point is that after Vegito was put in the SmackDown and merged Zamasu for quite a while, he defused, right? And immediately after they defuse, Goku and Vegeta in their base forms take a punch from a bloodlusted merged Zamasu and survive. Now, to put into perspective how crazy this is, Goku thought that a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito wouldn't be enough to stop Beerus. However, a false Super Saiyan God, when Goku wasn't even a full Super Saiyan God yet, apparently is the strongest ki Goku's ever felt when he agreed with Gohan when he said this. Now, it's stated that the Potara fusion is more like a multiplication, so person A times person B equals person C, in this case Vegito. Now, that's a more extravagant interpretation of how strong the Potara multiplier is. However, we're just going to say it's stronger than Super Saiyan 3 because it's pretty obvious that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is weaker than base Vegito in the anime. So let's just go with an extreme low ball of, let's say, 400 times. So base Vegito is 400 times base Goku. Now, let's keep in mind that Vegito has all transformations that Goku and Vegeta do. So Vegito could hypothetically turn into Super Saiyan 3. And as I'm sure all of you know at home, 400 times 400 is 160,000. And as we know, Super Saiyan God is far above anything Super Saiyan 3 Vegito had to offer, or at least that's what Goku believed. So the Super Saiyan God is above 160,000 times amp from base form. Now, it's been stated that Super Saiyan Blue is the Super Saiyan version of Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan has a transformation multiplier 50 times. I'm not going to show the source for that because you guys should already know that at this point, but 160,000 times 50 is 8 million. Now, add the Kaioken on top of that, and considering we don't know what multiplier it is, we'll say times 2 because that's the lowest multiplier you can use for Kaioken, and we get a multiplier of 16 million. So Goku, fighting against Merge Zamasu, from his base form had a multiplier of 16 million when he kicked him with Kaioken, at least. So with all this in mind, that means Goku was 16 million times weaker in his base form when he got hit by Merge Zamasu, and Vegeta was about 8 million times weaker because he didn't have the Kaioken amp. So they were both millions of times weaker in their base forms than they were in Super Saiyan Blue, and they still survived a bloodlusted hit from a Merge Zamasu, who has Potara amp himself. And also keep in mind that the Goku who was using Blue Kaioken still didn't even manage to damage Zamasu that severely. It was more of a temporary inconvenience to him. So Zamasu was most likely still a lot stronger than Goku was at that point. Now, it is possible, of course, that the immortality contributed to this, but I think it's more likely that considering Zamasu didn't expect him to use Kaioken, he was just caught off guard, but if he were to brace himself for it, he would have been able to defend against the kicks from Goku. Now, I'm sure there's still some of you out there that are going to be very skeptical and say, okay, well, that's just one instance, you don't have any more proof than that. And trust me, considering they only fused 2 times in the actual series, not including Broly because, it's later down the line and we're not talking about that, I'm going to show you another piece of proof that happened in the Buu Saga. Now keep in mind I'm specifically talking about the anime here, but you'll see here that Goku versus Super Buu in Super Saiyan 3, he really doesn't stand a chance. He's not getting completely mollywopped, but you know he's not doing any damage to Super Buu, or rather Buu tanks. Now additionally, Goku and Vegeta both individually fought against Super Buu, or rather Buuhan, and they weren't fused, and as you can see, it didn't go too well. So clearly, they're not relative to Buuhan whatsoever when they're not fused. And as we all know, Goku and Vegeta later fused into Vegito, and then Super Vegito, and Mollywop Buu in both base form and Super Saiyan form as Vegito. So clearly Vegito is above Buu in both forms. Now, as we all know, Goku and Vegeta got absorbed as Vegito by Buu so they could go inside of Buu and rescue their friends. However, in the anime, something very peculiar happens, or rather something very interesting. Goku and Vegeta find clones of Gohan, Gotenks, and Piccolo inside of Buu. However, the peculiar thing isn't that necessarily. It's the fact that they have the same strength as the original versions of these characters. So a new base Goku inside of Buu is stronger than a Super Saiyan 3 Goku outside of Buu. Think of it this way. Goku got 400 times stronger at least in the span of however many minutes it took for Vegito to fight Buu. So, the only option that makes Goku stronger, considering the only thing that happened between him turning Super Saiyan 3 and going inside of Buu was fusing, the only thing that could have possibly made him stronger was fusing with Vegito. Now I realize that as far as I know, this isn't supported in any guidebooks or statements by anyone anywhere, and so this is just a theory, of course, but I think it's one that's pretty well substantiated by the evidence that I've shown you here. And for those of you that are using your critical thinking skills, you may be thinking, okay, so if Super Saiyan Goku, or base Goku, is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and also stronger than Ultimate Gohan, then that means that he would be stronger than Buuhan, right? So then how is he struggling with Kid Buu? Well, I'll tell you. That means that Kid Buu is the strongest Buu. And I know that's a very contentious topic, so that's going to be my next video. Why Kid Buu is the strongest Buu. So I'll see you all in the next one, and stay safe.